Tonight you are in for an absolute treat. Not only is Primary Stages a wonderful, wonderful friend of the Green Room 42, but so is the lady that puts this lovely evening on. You know her, you love her. Please welcome to the stage, it's the one, the only, Jamie, deRoy, and friends!
Freefall and Splitsville and Bargains, Hate Mail and High Life, Birds Boy and Opus, Shipwrecked in Transit, A Murder of Crows. These are a few of the primary shows. RX and Downstairs, The Call, Heavy Breathing, all in the timing, Mere Mortal, Sabina, Harbor Swim Visit, Adrift in Macau, new plays by Holtzman and Hatcher and Howe. The Stendhal Syndrome, The Dolphin Position, Feeding the Dragon and Harrison, Texas, plus Poor Behavior last month, Lily Dare, helped with 24 and thrilled to be there. Indian Blood, China Wars, Daniel's Husband, Straight as a Line, Scotland Road, The Old Settler, Buffalo Gal and Black Tie, The Fourth Wall. There's just no time now to mention them all. Lips, Little Women and Him, Missing Kissing, Model Apartment, What Am I Still Missing? Ives, Foot and Wellman, so many premieres, Tears, Joy and Laughter for 35 years. Here's to Peerless and next season, may it burn as bright. I'm proud to be part of the primary gang, and that's where that we're here to toast tonight. Sorry about that. Jeez. I got all the way to the end, and then I mess it up. Hello. Hi, Judy. I care. Look at all these familiar faces. I love it. Well, we have, I mean, it's such a special night tonight because I found Primary Stages quite a while ago, but not 35 years ago, but close. They were still on 45th Street at that little theater that then ultimately became the Davenport, and it's now something else, but they've just done so many amazing shows over the years, including my friend Melissa Manchester's show that she wrote with Jeffrey Sweet, and just over the years, a zillion of them. And tonight, every performer has been in a Primary Stage production, every single one of them. So that's why it's, to me, so very, very special. So to start us off, Jennifer Mudge made her Broadway debut alongside Richard Thomas and Isabella Rossellini in The Stendhal Syndrome by Terrence McNally. It was at Primary Stages. It was their inaugural production at 59E59 Theaters in 2004, and it was magnificent. She's played Gloria in the Aarons and Flaherty musical Rocky on Broadway, and was recently acclaimed for her performance as the witch in the Fiasco Theater's production of Into the Woods. She can be seen in Martin Scorsese's The Irishman. She's currently been workshopping a new musical, The Notebook, which will be premiering in Chicago, so we're going to look out for that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure I introduce you to Jennifer Mudge.
Hi, everybody. I am so happy to be here. As Jamie said, I'm so thankful to be included. I made my actual New York stage debut with Primary Stages. when I was young and green in 2004. It was kind of obviously super special to me. We opened, we were the first production in 59 East 59th, and actually, I didn't get the part. I went in, and I auditioned, and they were like, you were close, but you didn't get it. 3 months later, I was at another audition. Stephanie Clapper, love her, casting director for Primary Stages. I know she's not here, but she saw me at another audition waiting. She goes, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm auditioning. And she goes, you're unavailable. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, well, we lost our first choice for that part. She's like, so I know, and I was like, I'm sorry, my agents didn't tell me. There's a little snafu in scheduling, and I said, why don't we just cut out the middleman, you give me the scripts, I'll show up tomorrow at 5:30 in your last slot for the callbacks. And the callbacks were at the 45th Street Theater. I went in, ran from this other thing I had accepted that I had to drop out of. Everybody was fine, it's all okay, I've worked there since, it was all great. And in the room, I did it, and Stephanie goes, would you step out for a minute? And I said, sure. And then they had me step back in, and Terrence McNally said, we'd be so happy if you would do my play with us at Primary Stages. Andrew, you were there. You know that's how it happened. I think I did fall to my knees. And it was one of the best days of my career. And, yeah, it was really, really special. And I'd been really trying to get a New York show, and that was how I got it. So for this first song I'm singing, it's actually dear collaborators of Terrence's, Lynn Ahrens and Stephen Flaherty. It's from Ragtime. And, and when we did Stendhal Syndrome, it was very much about a naked statue, the David. And so in honor of nakedness and youth, I'm going to play a little, the little ingenue Evelyn Nesbit. Some of you guys are going to know this song. It's about a scandal in the last century and people doing terrible things for fame. We know a little something about that, right? It's 1907, and Evelyn Nesbit is a vaudeville actress who has found herself in a bit of a jam. Her new husband has shot her former lover, and she's, well, Your Honor, I was once the lady friend of Stanford White. He's the famous architect, that's right. He put me on a velvet swing and made me wear, well, hardly anything. Ruined at the age of 15, Your Honor. Then I went and married Mr. Harry Thaw, eccentric millionaire. Oh, Harry's a jealous man. Bang, bang, that was the end of Stan. Oh, Your Honor, be fair. My Harry went crazy, I swear. And it's the crime of the century, giving the world a thrill. Harry's in trouble and Stanny's in heaven and Evelyn is in vaudeville. Crime of the century, all for a youthful fling. Fortune, fame, and a ruined name, and now I'm the girl on the swing. Crime of the century, all for a youthful fling. Harry's in trouble and Stanny's in heaven and Evelyn gets publicity. Crime of the century, ain't such an awful thing. Stanny's killed, but my mother's thrilled, and now I'm the girl on the swing. Whee! That was a little warm up. I'm gonna be up here now. This next song is something that we were all kind of talking about. Well, what would you want to do, and what, connects to what? And then, actually, after meeting Lynn and Stephen at the Primary Stages show, Stendhal Syndrome, I ended up getting to work with them on Rocky, Das Musical. at the Winter Garden. And it was an amazing experience. I actually played a part that they wrote new that wasn't in the movie, called Gloria. And she was the girlfriend of Paulie and the confidant of Adrian, the only woman that was actually in the piece, in the movie. And Lynn and Steve had written this kind of great, fun dance song. There was twerking, there were girls dancing. And, previews happen. And they came in, Sly came to town, and they were like, we think we're gonna make some changes, which we're like, we're gonna put it back more like the movie was. And so Lynn and Stephen were like, look, I feel like this character has something to say, and they wrote this one song that they were like, this might solve the thing. So this is called Bad Nights and Bad Behavior. It was performed for one night on February 20th, 2014. I knew, how you can kind of sense the waters. There were things happening that were bigger than me. And so I had them sign it that morning. We were in the lobby of the Winter Garden, and Stephen had a keyboard teaching us the song. This was the Wednesday before the Thursday night that we did it. My husband, who's over there, knows that Thursday at noon I was sitting at our kitchen table learning, and he's like, you have to do that tonight on Broadway? I'm like, yes, I can't talk about it. So I've done it one time before, and only one other audience has ever heard it. So we dug it out. And we're gonna do this song, and it's with much love because those guys are amazing, and it was great. So the next day it was of course out of the show, as was a lot of my character, but I have this song as a souvenir, literally have him sign it, and I think it gives some good advice about heartbreak. Out the window, down that street, every little scene repeats. Everybody getting through their day. Some are letting time slip by, some are on their final try. Something always standing in their way. But baby, if it don't kill ya, maybe it makes you strong. Even if it turns out all wrong. We've all had bad times, bad luck, bad nights and bad behavior, bad men, no men, it's all the same. We all take hard knocks, hard falls. You gotta learn to save your own self. Hang on, survive. We all married, we all split. We've been through a bunch of shit. We all got some punctures to our pride. Been downhill without no brakes. Ain't learned much from our mistakes, but at least we all can say we tried. And baby, you ought to try it. Nothing to fear but fear. Nothing to be but glad you're here. We've all had bad times, bad luck, bad nights and bad behavior, bad men, no men, it's all the same. We all take hard knocks, hard falls. You gotta learn to save your own self. Hang on. Bad times, bad luck, bad nights, bad behavior, bad men, no men, it's all the same. We all take hard knocks, hard falls. You've gotta learn to save your own self. Hang on, survive, survive. That's how you know you're still alive.
Wow. It's fun to hear something that is like, was just the one time. Cut songs. People have done whole shows about cut songs. My next guest is very, very special to me for many, many reasons, and one of which is he recorded my friend Barry Kleinbort's song, which you're going to be hearing tonight. And just recently, I mean really recently, he was starring in The Confession of Lily Dare down at the Cherry Lane Theater, 4 primary stages. It's Charles Bush's show, and they literally just closed last Thursday. He played Blackie Lambert. He was fantastic. But he's also created the role of John Jasper and Rupert Holmes, the Mystery of Edwin Drood. When it started on Broadway, he was nominated for a Tony. He received a second Tony nomination when he played in Anything Goes at Lincoln Center. And he also has the distinction of being the longest running Phantom in Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera. He joined the cast in 1999. He played his last performance on July 25th, 2009, marking 2,544 performances as the Phantom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Howard McGillin.
Thank you. He must be insane to have played anything that many times. I have dreamed about romance a lot. Men like Galahad and Sir Lancelot always did the things I like to do. Physically, I'm not as durable, but romantically, I'm incurable. And I'd like to do the same for you. Have you got any castles that you want me to build, baby? Have you got any dragons that you want to have killed, baby? I'll get into my 7-league boots. I'll get into my bulletproof suits. I'll get out my revolver that shoots. And rat-a-tat-tat-tat, down they'll go. Have you got any mortgages you want to have paid, baby? Have you got any villains that you want to have laid to rest? After all my adventures are through, and I brought home a dragon or two, you can tell all the papers that I did it because I love you. Men are really men no longer now, for the weaker sex is the stronger now. We compete in every single thing. Gents belong in the Smithsonian, for the gals are now Amazonian, and the queen has now become the king. Have you got any oceans that you want to have swum, baby? Have you got any mountains that you want to have clumb, baby? You get out of your bonnet and shawl. I'll get into my nothing at all. We'll give out with a Weissmuller crawl, and over the waves we'll go splash, splash. Have you got any continents you want me to fly, baby? Oh, there just isn't anything Wilbur and I wouldn't do. After all my adventures are through, and I've hung up a record or two, you can tell all the papers that I did it because I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Johnny Mercer and Richard A. Whiting wrote that in 1937 or something like that. Crazy, isn't that great? I love it so much fun. Yes, so I was, just until last Thursday night, playing Blackie Lambert in The Confession of Lily Dare. I don't know how many of you saw it. I know Ted did. What fun that was. Of course, a dream come true to work at the Cherry Lane Theater. No one told me that the dressing rooms were 2 flights up from the stage. The stage, not much bigger than this stage right here, but what a divine delight. So 2 flights up to change clothes. Luckily, I only played 1 character. There were 2 actors in our play who played 6 characters each. 6 characters each. Between them, there were 18 characters in this play. Charles Bush's great, wonderful send-up of all those great pot boilers from the 30s before the Hays Code, pre-code. And a great story of a woman who has as a young woman has a baby out of wedlock, and all the terrible things that ensue. And of course, Charles played the lead. And I played Blackie Lambert. In fact, Bette Midler came backstage to see us, and she said, "You play so many characters to everyone." She said, "Not you," pointing at me. She said, "You start out a shit and you end up a shit," which is true. But what fun we had. The only thing I was going to say about the stairs is that one night, Jennifer Van Dyke, who was playing one of 6 of her characters that night, ran upstairs 2 flights of stairs and started madly changing into the next outfit for the next character when someone came running after her saying, "You have another scene to play." Hilarity ensued, as you can imagine. So I would like to sing for my next and last song, a song, as Jamie said, was written by our wonderful director, Barry Kleinbort, and his partner in composition, Joseph Thalken. It is a gorgeous song that I was very lucky to be the first person to record. Here it is. It's called Time. There's a film that plays inside my head, full of things we did, words we said. We were both so young, didn't have a dime. All we had was plenty of time. But the world was sweet, and life was fine, and the nights were warm as apple wine, and we shared a bed that was made for 2, where at night I'd tell all my dreams to you. And you'd promise they would come true in time. I would depend on your warming touch. There was no end to your willing heart. And what I asked you would always do, even when I knew what I asked might drive us apart in time. Now that leaves me here, so far away, thinking how the 2 of us went astray. Still I close my eyes, and the movie plays that remembers us in our prime, and I get to view me and you in a time when all Thank you. Thank you. Ron Abel. Mr. Tom.
Howard McGillin. Wow. I'm just madly in love with that song, and you do it so beautifully. And we in the front row here we have Ted Snowden, one of the producers of the Confession of Lily Dare, that came on board with me, and I couldn't have been more proud. And we were so glad to have Howard in it. And it's so funny because there were two really great singers in the show, Howard McGillin and Nancy Anderson, who didn't get to sing, but Charles Busch did sing.